Okay. Karibu kwa shapo.
Thank you very much.
Unaonaje tutaanza na wewe kujintroduce ama tutaanza?
I think I should introduce myself.
Utajintroduce?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello viewers, welcome. My name is Sandra Owaka. I'm a mental health activist, stroke advocate. Why mental health? Maybe I may start with a story, small story, and then we can get into it.
We can start maybe by making everyone understand what mental health is.
Yeah.
And maybe to differentiate between mental illness and mental health, which I know very many people are unable to differentiate.
Yes, and that is why the stigma is so high.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe you can tell us the story you wanted to talk about.
I really love telling my story because, you know, when you tell someone your story, they tend to take it personally, because I come to you, Steve, and I tell you, this is Sandra, I'm doing mental health. I don't have credential papers for mental health. Okay, I'm actually doing counseling now. So when I tell you I'm doing mental health, and you're like, why? Because people tend to believe that mental health should be done with professionals. But there's this passion, there's something that triggered me to do mental health. Back in 2018, I was married, so I had challenges in my marriage. I faced a lot of GBV. So little did I know that my baby daddy was had a condition that was called bipolar. So the first time he got sick, he was behaving like a crazy person, mad. He would beat people, he would do crazy things, nasty things that people who are berserk do. So when I went to his family, the family was so, they had that stigma. The stigma was so bad, because I remember, number one, I was called a witch, because they thought maybe I had done something to their son. So I went to the hospital. I called a friend of mine. She used to work in Nairobi hospital. So I told her about how these things were happening. So he mentioned the word hallucination. So I was like, hallucinations? In movies you see hallucinations, and it's actually different thing when it comes to mental health. So I was like, how does someone hallucinate when they are still alive? Because we know in movies that people hallucinate when they are dead. Actually, you hallucinate when you're dead. You don't know what you're doing. So she referred me to Madare. When she referred to Madare, I came back home and I was like, how Madare and why Madare? I sat down 3 days. I was actually mourning, because, you know, how do you take someone? This is someone you've lived with the stigma, and then you can imagine Madare is for mentor. You understand the word mentor in Kenya. When we say mentor, everyone knows this is someone who is berserk, like hajielewi, ni mwenda wazimu, ni mad, hajielewi, ni mtu mwenye maybe anabeba takataka, he carries on takatakas. So I was like, no, it can't happen to me. So I decided to take him to Kenyatta Hospital. Yeah, Kenyatta Hospital. The day he was admitted to Kenyatta Hospital, number one, he was run for some tests, and then he was done for a head scan. So after doing a head scan, I was called in a room. Now it was after 24 hours, because I was like, how do you go with someone in the hospital and then he's being run for like 16 different tests? I was like, what? Has it reached here? So after the head scan, they actually called me, because I think the doctors had seen how the family was treating me. So they decided, no, this woman, we'd rather talk to him, number one, because I tend to understand things fast. So when they called me, the first thing the doctor asked me, are you okay? Is your mental health okay? So I was like, what is mental health? I was confused. And she told me, we have a news, but I don't know how the news is gonna sound to you. But what we'll do, we're gonna take your husband to Madari Hospital. Already they had called an ambulance from Madari Hospital. When he told me about Madari, I was so mad. I told them to discharge my husband, and already he was put in an isolation room. I told them we were leaving the hospital because I didn't understand why he was taken to Madari. But little I came and understood why he was to go to Madari. So he was admitted at Kenyatta Hospital like 24 hours. So that is 48 hours. We spent there 48 hours. The ambulance had to leave again. They went back, so we had to pay for the ambulance, because when ambulance come to pick someone, you have to pay for it. So I had to pay for the ambulance. I didn't care how much it was, but I wanted my husband to be admitted in Kenyatta for legalities and everything. So after 2 days, there's this doctor that came. He's called Dr. Ikul. He sat with me down and he started taking me through issues, mental health, and I was like, okay. I surrendered everything. So we took my husband to Madare. Reaching Madare, he was also taking some tests, some samples of blood, and when they came, the results came out. I was told that he was suffering from psychosis. So I was like, what is psychosis? Psychosis, it's like someone who has taken alcohol for some time of period, when he's mentally disturbed, so it affects the brain, so someone starts behaving like a lunatic. So he was admitted in Madare for 2 weeks. He was supposed to be there for 90 days, but now the family could not understand that. The family refused. The mother came and picked him home. So the mom traveled with him home. Literally, we did not know that this thing is continuous, because he was to be put on medication for 3 months, 3 good months, for his head to clear up.
So they took him before
the medication and the treatment. So when he went home, after 3 weeks, now I had gone back to my OCHA. I went back to Shags also. I needed to heal. Because I had gone through a lot of dramas on him and everything, because he had done lots of massacres in the community, so you can imagine the stigma and everything. And then when people heard that he was in Madare, so everyone was like, this woman. And what surprised me, even the church was like, I had bewitched him. Because no one understood, and no one was there to understand that this woman, what was happening. So I decided, no, I needed rest, so I went home. So after 3 weeks when I was home, the mother called. The mother told me that he had worsened. So I don't know how, but I did not go home. So I told them to take him to the hospital. So they took him to Siaya Hospital. So when they reached Siaya, they were asked for if he had already been to the hospital. So the mother referred to Mentor, to Madari. So when he was there in Siaya, there was a friend of mine that was in Madari. So I called her. She was called Dr. Florence. Dr. Florence told me, give me a number, let me call him and let me take that man back here. So they refused, because now you see, he was very violent. No one would sit with him in the bus, no one would travel with him. So he went on like that until like 3 months. He was so bizarre. He was doing things that he was neat. I did not see any day that he did not bathe. I will not lie to you that there is no day he did not bathe. He used to go to work normal. He respected his duties as normal. So when this thing triggered, it's when you will see these changes, because he will talk to himself, you will hear him talking to people, he will see people talking to him, he will have hallucinations like someone wants to kill him. So you see, this thing was really killing me and my children, you understand, because at that time my children were very small. So I was really praying because I didn't understand anything on mental health, but I told God, I'm going to do justice for this, because you see, there are things when they happen to your life, maybe God is putting you somewhere, He's using you to be a vessel to help the other people who are going through the same. And that is why I came back and embarked on mental health. So coming to learn about mental health, I noticed that everyone is mad. Everyone is sick. It just depends on the degree of madness, because right now someone comes here and, Steve, he hits you and he triggers you. You become mad. So that moment of madness, you're already mad, you're already sick, you're already mentally disturbed. So it's not about people who are sick. Mental health is not something that it should be stigmatized. Mental health was there before. Actually, I might say COVID-19 made us understand mental health more, because when people lost jobs, so many of us went to depression. So many
people are stressed, people are depressed.
People were stressed, everything just came, So that is when I started doing my mental awareness.
When I was a kid, I think it was I was in lower primary school. And then there was this distant cousin. We would sleep on the same room. So there was one night I woke up in the middle of the night. I think I was going to pee. And then putting on the light, I found him on the roof. He was a very small kid.
Suicide.
He was like, I would say 9-10 years old. Holding the roof and beating it.
Oh gosh.
This fist. And he was like, this person wants to kill me. So it's like he's fighting. He's fighting with somebody on the roof. And he would do that a lot of times. So every time he did that, I would call my mom and wake everybody up. And then they already knew how to. It was my first time seeing it, but they already knew about it.
But now people tend to understand it's demonic. It's a demonic attack. And black sorcery,
So they will pray for him and then let him cool. And then after some time we'll go back to being okay. And
I can imagine how mental health is associated with sorcery and
and I was like, what?
How does this happen? So I came back after COVID. It's when I had this passion of doing awareness in Kibra, because this is the moment where I had lost most of my friends in alcohol. GBV was very rampant. So there were a lot of cases. You remember this case of this guy in Katwekera, this guy that killed the hubby, the wife. We don't include names when you're doing interviews. This guy, I remember the wife SMSing me at night, like, I'm in danger, my life is in danger. I was still staying in Umoja, so I was like, how do I take myself from Umoja to Kibera? Because you remember with the curfew and everything, I tried everything, but I couldn't help the girl. So coming in Kibera in the morning, I found this lady dead. It really haunted me. So I was I heard about it. So I was like, how do I do this? Because number one, mental health wants resources. Because from you to move from this corner to the other destination, you need resources. But I told God, no, I'm gonna do this. I don't know how. I'm gonna preach this until the people will understand what mental health is. Because mental health does not have a class. It's a diverse. It does not have class. It does not know whether you mad, whether you sick, whether you what. It will knock, and when it knocks the door, it's so embarrassing. It's one of the diseases that are embarrassing. You can imagine you're struggling with your own brain. You're struggling with your own mind. Your mind cannot sound. You're not sound. You cannot tell your mind, take me to this, from this A to another end B. Because when it comes, it is like, it comes like, hey, wow, I don't know how to put it. It comes and it hovers everywhere. So it like it's command you. When it tells you I need alcohol, I need alcohol. When it tells you I need to go beat Steve, you will beat Steve. Whether Steve is your brother, whether Steve is your dad, whether Steve is your mother, whether Steve is who. It doesn't care. That is how bad mental is. So I started Akili Bomba. You know Akili Bomba? So we started Akili Bomba. I started Akili Bomba, me, fellow, and Amocha, Chief Amocha. So on the way, I was overwhelmed because I'm a human being too. So you can't lie to me that you'll be carrying issues. You have your issues, you have your family issues. That time found me, I was also vying for MCA Woodley. So this was politics. This is one person me. I was doing mental health awareness. So I got overwhelmed in 2022. So then my hubby was all over. Okay, I'm sorry, he's actually my baby daddy because he remarried. I also moved on. So he started pushing, you know, he did not heal, he did not get proper treatment. So anytime he sees me, it triggers up. So anytime I will be in that area, he will he's like maniac. So that is the moment his mental health goes worse and it goes viral. So we were in fights, me and him and everything, so you know, with the kids. So I decided, no, let me go rest. So I did not actually rest because I also went into drinking. I did some heavy drinking for a period of 1.5 years. And here he also abused me. So I decided to go back home. I told myself, no, I'm going back home. So while I was home, I decided there's this calling. You know, there are things, Steve, when you do, it's actually a calling, but you assume sometimes. So I told myself, no, I think God is still calling me to do this mental health. I was offline from social media like 2 years, 2023, 2024. 2025, actually in November, it's when I came back to social media because I wanted self-care too. I told myself I needed self-care, so I didn't need people around me. I just wanted to go through my life because I was traumatized with the beatings and the GBV, you know, and everything that was happening in my area. So putting it in one nutshell, I noticed that I had carried lots of things. So I told myself, I'm going to do self-care and I'm not going to the hospital. I'm going to do self-care alone. So when I'll wake up in the morning, I'll just do research on mental health. So here I am. I came back on social media and doing awareness. You see my social media every day. I wake up, I have to write something because I notice therapy is not done with therapists. And then mental health is not about me being a therapist. It's about me listening to Steve, me talking to Steve. It's an impact.
It's something that you have to share with somebody.
It's a connection.
You have to, You
it's
have
a
to create that
connection
connection
because
with people and
I saw the death that you guys in Kibera, that Edgar posted last week.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, I know this guy. This guy also needed, he only needed someone who will listen to him.
Yeah.
He only needed a voice, someone who will tell him, you're loved. You can make it. This is your life. You're not living for everyone. You're not living for anyone.
Yeah.
Struggling are there. People struggle. We struggle. For Ruto to be Ruto, I tell people, he struggled.
Yeah.
You don't wake up on a silver platter. You don't steal.
Yeah.
We don't wake up on a silver platter. So, you find out that I was being told, because every conversation I have with my clients or with my friends, they tell me that there is this stigma because they can't confide in you. Like, for example, me, Sandra, I cannot confide in Steve because I confide in you, Steve will go talk to another Rachel somewhere. Rachel will go somewhere and
so it will still like
so this thing it will be eating you up because
you're afraid to speak it
you're
out.
afraid to speak up. Especially for the boy child, it really hurts me because I wake up every day, I see the deaths of boy child. I'm like, gosh, because boy child has been told you're not supposed to cry, you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to share. Why? Why? Because they are human beings.
What are some of the things that we should maybe be looking out for before it gets to the point of someone taking their life away? Because I think people also tend not to, I don't know if we miss the signs or we just see them and we ignore them, or maybe we don't know how to identify them.
We miss the sounds because number one, mental health. When you're mentally disturbed, if I was active in class, this is for a student, you will start seeing them dropping. Their grades will start to drop. If it's for someone who is mature like me, number one, they'll tend not to work. They'll tend to isolate themselves from people. They isolate themselves from family. You see, like when I was mentally disturbed, I isolated myself from everyone. I went home. Don't think that when I was home I was feeling good when I was with my people. I would lock myself in the room because I felt like you feel like everyone wants to read your mind. You know, people with mental health, they really tend to, their brain tends to work fast because when they see you looking at them, there's that thing that already transmits something in their brain. He knows, Steve knows, wanajijazia vitu. Wanajijazianga vitu, like Steve already knows I'm not okay. So those are the signs that people don't understand. And then there are people who there's loss of appetite. There's loss of interest. Like if someone was used to watch ball, you find him like
suddenly he's not watching that football.
He's that they tend to isolate themselves. You find them sitting alone, so you're like, how do you sit alone from morning to evening? And then they tell what they speak to themselves is like, I'm not worth, I cannot make it, I will not do it. They are so negative. They are so negative with life. They don't like take life to to the other. So they tend to look at life in their own manner. Like, I don't want this. You call them for work, they tell you, I don't. Because I remember when I was in school, there's this teacher of mine. He used to drink a lot of alcohol. So there are times he will come to school, and he was a mathematician. So he used to come to
sounds like a teacher,
He used to come to school, but rarely did I see him eat. Rarely did I see him mingle with other
My mathematics teacher in primary school is like you're the one you're describing him. He was all those things that you're saying. He will drink, he never ate. And he was very sharp.
He was very
good at
sharp.
mathematics.
So what you will see him doing, him students, actually as pupils and students, we were the number one, but he will not want to mingle with the other teachers. So
it's like he's trying to keep his distance
yeah,
from the
so
other teachers.
I did not know that this mwalimu was mentally disturbed.
Yeah.
So going back home,
yeah.
I asked my grandpa where the teacher, where my math teacher had gone. He told me that he committed suicide long time ago. So I was like, gosh. Yani huyu mwalimu alikuwa too depressed all along and nobody knew, because so who knew about suicide and everything? Because kitambo, even now, I can't lie to you, even right now when you do suicide, when people commit suicide, the stigma has taught people, they don't understand that this person was sick.
Yeah.
They tend to behave that this is demonic,
Yeah.
this is sorcery, this is black magic, you know.
I remember when I was in Kawangware.
Yep.
I briefly lived in the streets in Kawangware.
Oh.
So I would get arrested like every time.
Mm-hmm.
I would go to Mudangari police station.
Mm-hmm.
They would release me the next day. 2 days later I was again there.
Oh.
Until one day the OCS called me in his office and asked me, "You've been coming here every time. What's the real problem?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So at that time I didn't know even anything to do with mental health, but I knew I was going through something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depression, stress.
So when I left Kawangware and eventually came to Kibera, I continued living in the streets for some time again.
Oh.
Yeah. And I would sleep at I think you know Coda organization.
Yeah, Coda.
They used to give me some room inside the office.
I remember that there was
I used to sleep there, so very few people knew about it. Before that, I was sleeping at the barber shop where I was working.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. Jad is the one who took me from the barber shop.
Oh God.
Yeah. And took me to that job. So at that time, I remember there was one evening I had made a conclusion that I was going to kill myself. Yeah, so it was something that started that morning.
Yeah.
So it built as the day went by. I was telling myself that this is my last day I'm living. This is my last day I'm living. So I was trying to figure out how to do it. And I remember I bought a knife.
Oh.
That day I bought a knife at Olympic stage. And I bought rat and rat. I used to hear people say that it kills people very fast.
Yeah.
So I bought it. I was living in Bombololo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was living with them, some 3 boys there. Yeah, I don't want to mention them, they're still my friends.
Okay.
But I was living with them. So I remember that day one of them bought meat. So we were to eat meat in the evening. Yeah, so while they were eating, I told them I will eat later.
Oh.
Yeah, that I don't feel like eating, but they should just leave my plate. I will eat later. So after they ate, I took my meal and I poured the whole of rat and rat inside.
I can imagine.
I was sad.
Mental health comes with sadness. You feel sad for yourself.
I didn't want to speak to anyone. I will just remember the things my dad told me before he died.
That is trauma.
It was like just a few minutes after my dad was speaking to me. The day he died, he was speaking to me. He was seated. Yeah. And then he told me to go and bring water. And then I went to bring water. I came back, I found him dead. So those things will ring in my mind every time.
Trauma, yeah.
So that day I remember I took that rat and rat, the whole of it.
And you did not die?
You vomited. Serious.
I know.
I vomited everything. I drank a lot of water. And I didn't tell anyone. I started speaking about it after like 7 years later. In fact, I didn't tell anyone about it, even though nobody knew what I tried to do. So I was remembering everything that I had been through.
Yes.
I'd been through a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a time that I was almost killed in Kibera. They were saying I was a thief.
I know.
Come easy.
I know.
Yeah, so I almost died twice in Kibera. Yeah. Being suspected to be a thief. Yeah. So all those things were coming back. And then I remember the second time people wanted to kill me, one of them would tell me that, wewe hakuna mtu atakumisi, wewe tunakuua. Wewe hakuna mtu ataku...
The Banis.
Hakuna mtu atalia hapa ya huko. So that thing will ring in my mind every time. That sasa nikikufa hakuna mtu ata nini kweli. So I remember one day I wrote it on status on... I don't know if you read most of the status.
I do.
I wrote something there that...
I do read your status.
That they didn't understand the likes of Stephen Banner. I was the kind of guy that will die alone somewhere. The same thing that guy used to tell me. So after that attempted suicide, I think most of the time when I became so much sad, I would listen to music. And I have like specific songs that I listen to when I'm sad.
I know.
People who know me can tell because they will see me listening to the same song throughout the day.
Yeah.
And they can know that I'm not okay. So after that, people have been saying that maybe people like me should go to therapy and all that.
And you don't have to go to therapy. You don't have to go to therapy because speaking out your story, it actually brings in that it brings out another structure of you, because you tell your story today because who has never known that Steve had committed suicide? Who has never known that Sandra was through GBV? Because everyone's saying me, you see like this alarm, you remember I didn't have it. You've not even asked, this is GBV. But you remember when we were in Hot Sun, you remember most of the times I would come with the black eye, you remember? I would come with the black eye. So Steve was a very good friend of mine. So I was passing through challenges, but you know, sometimes we pass challenges and in silence, because what I was telling you, Apple, people tend to judge. Me, I dropped like all of my friends. Why did I drop most of my friends? Because number one, they did not tend to understand me. I don't have hard feelings for them. I did not carry them anywhere. They are friends, but I cannot confide in them, because when I needed them the most, they are the people who will come to my house and carry information from this end to the other end. They meet with this baby daddy who is already bipolar. They didn't understand that this man will even kill me, and they will come back, tell him like, your wife was discussing you ABCD, you know. So I think mental, we both of us, everyone is sick. I tell people like everyone is sick. I even tell my kids most of the time, mi nimekasirika, mi sitaki kuanza kugombana na nyinyi, because when my mental health itakuja berserk, I will tell them things I'm not even supposed to tell them. And that is why nowadays, before I even start arguing with my children, I sit down and evaluate myself first. Because you can utter a word of anger to them, you can do something that they not understand, and they're like, Mama, surely, is this you? Because you know, when you're angry and then plus your mental health, it now doubles. It outburst, out as an outburst. So hii outburst ndio watu wajakuja kuielewa. Because when people will understand outburst, watajua it's better nifanye vitu zangu in silence. It's better nifanye vitu zangu kama niko na kichwa proper. When I have issues with my children, you know what I do? I will not argue that day. When I feel I'm so furious with them, nitalala after 2 days, and then I will call them. You know, your 2 days unajua has given you a span of utadrop na your adrenaline yako will drop. So when you come talking to them, you will actually think out like mature people, because now they are grown. You will actually think like grown-ups, because they will tell you why I did this and why I did not do this. And that is why when sometimes I see especially single parents wakipiga watoto wao, like mothers, you know, saa zingine umetoka kwa umeachana na hazi wako, so you want to piga mtoi wako na ile anga ya the dad.
Yeah, very true.
You saw how many deaths have you seen nowadays?
So many.
Mtu anapiga mtoi wake, driving anger to
the from the kid.
Surely.
Anger uko nayo maybe na babake na mamake. Na kupeleka kwa mtoto.
So I
end up unaumiza huyo mtoto.
I saw the last death, I think it's 2 weeks ama ni 3 weeks, ile yenye mtoto alipigwa na mamake akanini akauliwa because at ya coins. Mtoi sijui aliiba coins, so mama amepiga mtoi. Haya juzi niliona mama mwingine Kitengela ama ni Rongai. Aki aliban mtoi wake na maji moto, ati ameambia mtoi aoshe vyombo, yeye ameenda kuhustle. So this girl, she's actually 9 years old. So the girl wako midterm. Mtoi si ameenda kujibamba. So mama kufika alipiga mtoi.
Yeah, I know about that.
You saw that on FB. So do you think
I know the person?
You know the person.
I know the person.
So do you think that woman is ako poa? Hako sawa. Okay. She's mentally disturbed.
I know her story.
Oh God.
Ni mtu najua. Kabisa on personal basis.
Oh, I saw that and I was like, someone locate me to that mama. Nimwambia tu one word. I will not judge her for what she did. I will not judge her for what she did. Akondani. Ako Langata, but now you see, people will not understand why she's in Langata. People will think that she hates the children so much. Hakuna mtu anachukia watoi wake. Anawapenda, but now because she's overwhelmed, mawazo yake imebeba vitu mob. She cannot see through. Haezi ona through. Maybe hana do. So ile senye amekuja kwa nyumba huyu mtoi pia amemtrigger, inakuwa sasa ni outburst. So hii outburst, imagine imelid kwa mtoi kuumia.
Nani kitu iko ndani yake ila iko hiyo.
Iko. And maybe usifikiria ati sasa kwenda Langata amesaidika. She's not been helped. Because she's mentally disturbed. What if one day wampate amejinyonga, she's committed suicide?
Mtu kama yako easily anaweza commit suicide.
Why? I don't see why she will not commit suicide, because akona zile question marks bado.
Yeah.
The question marks are still lingering in the head. Nimekwambia kuna kitu mbaya when there are so many question marks in your head. Yani umekaa lakini wewe ni Steve na uko na maswali 1 million. Yeah. Why not me? Mbona mimi siendeshi gari? Mbona mimi sifanye hivi? Mbona mimi sifanye hivi?
Yeah.
It's not witchcraft.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not. I tell people mental health is not witchcraft. See witchcraft mali popote.
Yeah.
See witchcraft ni tu mtu ali grow up, maybe she or he was traumatized. So we start carrying ile your burden. Tuna grow nayo. So you grow up with bitterness. Unakuja unaoa. So wewe ukishakuwa na bitterness, ukishaoa, unajua ile bitterness yako you will still be utaipeleka kwa wife wako, because utakuwa unaona yeye ndio maybe anafanya wewe au uendelee na ile kazi yenye unafaa kufanya. You will be seeing her as a barrier. Either wife wako atakuwa anakuona kama wewe ni barrier, you get. So hizi vitu, gosh, I don't know, sijui venye tutasaidia watu wake, because Steve, it's really wanting. Mental health is really wanting. It's really wanting.
I think speaking about it is like the first step of dealing with it.
Yeah, awareness.
When we just let people know that it's okay to talk, it's okay to speak, without having to judge them.
Yeah,
and that starts with the
society. Like in Akilibomba,
like
in Akilibomba, when you were in Akilibomba, we had 2 days of therapy. Yeah. So we would meet on Thursdays for the boys, men actually. Mi ndo niliintroduce ya men, because I felt men walikuwa wanataka space yao. Na tulikuwa tunaita mpaka wale watu I used to call professions. wanakuja wanaongea nao. So ule mtu mwenye walikuwa wanaona ni kama akona shida sana, they will refer. So I don't know whether kina Fela still doing it, but unajua sasa I can't question that because I'm no longer at Kilibomba. Au ndio wanajua venye wanafanya management yao. Speaking out is number one key.
Yeah.
Because ukishakuwa na msongamano wa mawazo,
like zina pile on each other,
and then you don't have this person who can just come and tell you you're loved, ama niaje Steve, tubonge tu. You know, talking is healing, sharing is caring. I was telling someone yesterday, sharing is caring. You keep quiet to yourself, mi sitajua kenye una go through. I will not know what you're going through, because you see, I'm giving an example now with my son in school. Mtoi wangu alianza kusumbua last year, alikuwa nasoma Lango, so akaanza kusumbua kiwat form 4. So the dad did not understand, because mtoi walipatikana na bangi. Me, I'm not afraid because I'm telling my story. I'm telling a story that I want another parent mwenye mtoto wake ako in that situation should not repeat the same yenye mtoi wangu alifanya. So mtoi akapatikana na bangi. My son knows, maybe he knows, anajua, because anajua mama anajua hizi vitu. When he came home, nilimuuliza tu, mzee, ni aje? Umepatikana na ile kitu? Akaniambia hapana. So he's janges, because he's been going through my notes. He knows when someone has been doing ABCD, akienda kufanyiwa test, he should detox. So hiyo wakati alitoka shule, alikuwa anakunywa maji mob, najiuliza tu, what? Mtoto anakunywa maji mingi hivi kwa nini? Kumbe ana detox. Because you know, you skunk, ama ukikunywa pombe alafu uende ufanywe test immediately tatoa positive, because inaonesha some nini of drugs. So alikunywa maji wakaenda, so tukaongea na walimu wakawarudisha. Kuwarudisha, before he went, nikamuuliza, are you sure you want this? Because mimi nilikuwa nimeona ako stressed. Okay, I will not say that my son sitamrudia, because okay, he's hurted me, he's hurted the dad too. Kenya alinikasirisha nayo ni, I've talked to him, he goes back to school, because mimi nilikuwa nimemwambia unataka tufanyaje, because me I wanted him to go for a day school. So he comes and he tells me, mama, mimi nataka day school. Nikamwambia sawa, day school is okay. So kumbe hii day school, yeye akona marafiki zake mtaa wenye wanataka kushinda wakikutana nao. So I'm like, really? Huyu atatoboa? So this time exam iko karibu kufika. He decides, me I'm not doing exam, me I'm going. So ilibidi already, you know, when you've done registration, hauna hiyo shortcut ya nini. But I've been questioning myself. I've also been pointing myself fingers. Why? Because shule pia walimu wana neglect watoi. They don't know the backgrounds of these children. Hawajui backgrounds za watoi mali wametoka, because hao watoi wametoka kwa backgrounds zingine very sensitive. Wao wametoka kwa background yenye mama anapigwa na buda yako kila siku. Hata kwa hiyo shule umekaa, you're not comfortable, because unafikiria tu, me I'll find my mom dead. Nikirudi
kwa nyumba
nitapata mkoro wangu amekufa. Unafikiria ule sister yangu mwenye niliacha, ule brother yangu mdogo niliacha. So mental health kwa schools pia it's very poor, because teachers wakishagundua mtoi amedrop, they don't want to fuatilia why mtoi amedrop, because ndo mtoi akuje shule kama Lango already alikuwa na max poa. So akikuja kidrop akipata D, them they start wanaanza kupoint fingers kwa wazazi, as if wazazi ndo wanakuanga nao watoi. So
they don't try to follow up on what could be the problem.
They don't, because that is why I tried talking to deputy wa Walango. I'm not afraid to say the school where my son was, because hapo ndio wataanza kufikiria why mbona watoi saizi wana drop wengi. I was looking at it and I'm like, watoi karibu Kibera wame drop shule karibu wote. Watoi vijana, especially watoi wetu wako ndani. Unapata mtoi anatoka tu form 1, form 2, form 3 vizuri. Akifika tu form 3 hapa ndiye anaacha shule. So I'm like, mbona tusiput in effort as parents, as teachers, watoi wamalize shule, because at the end of the day, so mkisha mtoa shule, mkisha mpatia expulsion, now where do you want me to take him? Where do you want me to take him? Because I'm very sure mental health saizi hata kwa shule haiko mahali popote. Haiko mahali popote. That is where
that's unapata tunatoka shule tunakuwa overwhelmed na zile vitu tunapatana nazo huko nje.
Yeah. So mimi nilikuwa
hauko prepared ku face
challenge
hiki tuenda ku face ukitoka shule.
Hauko.
Shule haija ku prepare for that.
Hauko. Hauko kabisa. Hauko kabisa. So I was talking to like me anytime nikipatanga chance naongeanga na wale watu wenye ninajua wanaweza push agenda. I was talking to a friend of mine and I was telling her she's working in Kupet, like this thing should be addressed in schools. Watoto waache kukua kutolewa shule ati wanapatiwa expulsion. Mtoi anafaa kusoma hapa amalize shule. It's a duty of me parent, wewe mwalimu, society, tujue mtoi anafanyika nini, because me I remember when my son alirudi home, society ilikuwa inabambika, walikuwa wanacheka. So for me, I did not see it as a shock, because I knew that is what the society will do at the end of the day. But what I'm praying even right now, because hata saia na kujanga home saenya amejisikia, anaenda saenya amejisikia, ako in and out. So mimi kenye ninamwombeanga tu kitu mbaya simfanyikie huko nje, lakini why should you laugh when mtoi wa mwenzako haujui ni nini namfanyikia? Watu wenye wanamuongelelea mtoi, they've seen how my marriage was. So wana expect tu mtoi akona peace gani?
Haizi kuwa na peace.
Alikuwa na peace gani? Ni mtoi mwenye anafaa kukaa chini, hata mtu mmoja kama kwa kijiji huko, ama mtu mmoja mwenye anajua background yetu, amuite mahali amuongeleshe, amuulize, baba unasikiaje? How do you feel? Let's talk. Na hizi ndizo vitu unakuja unapata mtoi anafanya nini? Ana commit suicide, because Saila atakuwa overwhelmed. He has no one to go talk to. He has no one to listen to. The society is already judging. The dad is already judging. The mother is already judging. The school, even the churches
doesn't even care.
They don't care. No one cares. Mbona tusikiwe na suicide? Mbona tusikiwe na suicide? Mbona tusikiwe na suicide? So if you're not going to address mental health right now,
these institutions that we have and this place of these religious places that we have,
they
should start with them.
Even the pastors should give a platform for mental health. Because when you are in church, I remember when I was being abused, I was a member of a choir at a church. So I go to church when I'm beaten and they will tell me separate. So I'm like, okay, separation, italeta solution hapa, because I separated many times, but he'll still fata me and anipige mpaka huko kwenye alikuwa ananipata. So tusipo tackle kitu wisely na tusipo tackle kitu sensitively, it's gonna overwhelm us, because me kwangu mental health saizi imekuwa tu nika pandemic. It's a pandemic. It's another pandemic. It's like HIV. Can I
ask
cancer.
you a question?
Yes.
I had a lady here that I asked the same question.
Yeah.
I think I've had 2 guests that have asked the same question.
Yeah.
And they both gave me different answers.
Yeah.
I had someone from the church.
Yeah.
It's a pastor.
Yeah.
And I had a lady who has worked in Kibera in community.
Yeah.
And we have even worked together.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I ask this question every time. when is the right time for you to know that now I think I need to walk away?
In marriage.
Yeah, and then how do you know that this is something I can fight for and save? And how do you know that this is something I'm not going to save? So I need to work.
When I started, I said mental health is a state where the mind has intuition, like aujielewi. You cannot cope with number one work. You cannot cope with school work. You cannot cope with your hata we mwenyewe, hata dress code. Kuna mahali unafika inakuwa overwhelmed. Even in relationship, mental health, it does not knock, but there are those signs. Like now, GBV, when someone is mentally disturbed, a man is mentally disturbed, atakuwa na kitu inaitwa inferiority complex. So when the man is inferior, anytime hata mwanamke wake ameenda kufanya kazi, they will tend to feel, mwanamke is cheating on me. Anakuwa na ile kitu inaitwa low self esteem. So when you lower your self esteem, because mental health does that, ndo hiyo time yenye wewe ulikuwa unaniambia, you will talk to yourself, hiyo unajiambia I'm not worth, I want to kill myself because I don't fit in this class, I don't fit here, I should not be doing this. Hiyo ndo mental health inaibanga. Mental health tends to iba esteem yako first. So esteem yako ikishaisha, you can imagine now this is a body that has no value. So kitu yote ina come in a grasp. Kitu yote ikikuza ita grasp. So this is a man, when low esteem goes, this is a man like now me. Ni mwanaume mwenye amekaa anajiambia, Sandra ni bibi yangu, but ameenda job. So akili yako inaanza kuimagine, because when you're mentally disturbed you have false imaginations. Hizo ndizo vitu zinaitwa hallucinations now in the medic word. So hallucination inaanza kukuambia hii ni saa ngapi? Mwanamke ametoka hapa asubuhi, because when you're mentally disturbed you don't at work na hiyo timeline ya mtu ati alitoka kwa nyumba 8 unataka kuexpect anatoka 4. Wewe unataka fanye vitu according to your timeline.
Yeah. So as a lady who maybe you have someone who's like this, how, at what point do you know that I'll be able to change this man to understand me? And at what point do you know that this man is not someone I can be with? I need to give him space of work.
Okay.
Mostly for ladies, because I know ladies usually have a hard time like trying to
move on, to walk away.
To know when it is time to.
Me, what I'll give an advice to my fellow women. When a man hits you number one, you should be walking away. Why? Because you give him room, he'll hit you the second time, he'll hit you the third time, he'll hit you, it will be a continuous. So me, I usually tell people, even my daughter, I'm sorry to say this, but any man that will hit her, I will have to walk with her away, because I will not want my daughter to go through what I went through. Because number one, it is never time. This man that will beat me today will beat me now, and he'll come and say sorry. So these sorries are the ones that will bring troubles